Another Biden appointment has gotten some criticism from progressives. Last week, President Biden quietly renominated a Trump-selected federal judge whose law firm represented the oil company Chevron. So now Chevron, you may have noticed this, Chevron had a years-long legal battle against human rights attorney Stephen Donziger. So Biden's renomination, according to Common Dreams, of Jennifer Reardon to the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, announced on the White House website last Wednesday, went largely unnoticed by cable news. However, progressive watchdog groups, climate campaigners, and Donziger himself from house arrest saw the news and, of course, were outraged. Reardon, said Donziger, was paid millions at Gibson, Dunn, and Crutcher LLP to help jail me, attack indigenous peoples, and cover up a massive oil spill in the Amazon. Now, Donziger won a multi-billion-dollar settlement against the giant oil company over polluting the Ecuadorian rainforest. That guy's a literal hero. He took on the corporation in court and he won. He won. He made them pay up for their destruction of this indigenous land. But then, of course, in the United States, no good deed goes unpunished if you challenge a corporation because, well, here we go. We had Chevron using government power to basically imprison this again, hero. Now, Chevron never paid the settlement, the article continues, and responded by launching a massive and entirely unfunded and corrupt legal campaign against Donziger that resulted in him first going to prison and then being put on house arrest. So again, you take on an oil company on the side of the indigenous people and you end up getting crushed. I mean, even the chief witness, supposed witness for the Chevron case against Donziger, admitted that he was coerced and lied. And he actually even went to live in the United States as a result of the deal. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He admitted he lied. Doesn't matter. They still went after him anyway. So now, Trump had originally, he saw that and was like, yes, Reardon, that's our person. Yeah, get her on the court. We're going to get her on the court so she can go after more environmentalists. Well, now, that was also, by the way, in support or with support from Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. So she's a Democrat from New York. Now, we originally thought that, okay, since the nomination expired at the end of that year, because the Senate didn't confirm her, because the Senators were basically old legislation, everything goes to die. Which I'm actually surprised in this case because it's such a pro-oil company, nominee that you would think that the Republicans are like, oh no, absolutely, yes, yeah, sure. But nonetheless, that's all right. Because now she's back. Joe Biden said, hey, let's bring her back. Let's actually try to get her nominated. Let's get her seated, benched. Now, in a statement announcing Biden's decision to re-up Reardon's nomination, the White House said that all of the president's judicial picks are extraordinarily qualified, experienced, and devoted to the rule of law in our Constitution. Now, that's what they're saying, but in reality, she's beholden to somebody else. As Sledge reported, in her nomination questionnaire, Reardon explains that she has mainly represented corporations. Reardon's corporate clients have included Home Depot, Uber, Lehman Brothers, Barclays Capital, and Patriarch Partners. And by the way, she had also made political donations to the likes of Chris Christie and Rudy Giuliani. Reardon also has, again, as I mentioned, deep ties to Kirsten Gillibrand. So now this is according to reports by The Intercept's Andrew Fishman back in October of last year. He writes, Gillibrand played a crucial role in the nomination of Reardon, who fundraised at Gibson Dunn for the senators' campaigns to serve on the federal bench. In a sworn affidavit, Reardon stated that her years-long road to the nomination began when she expressed her interest to Gillibrand in one of the many talks about the issue with the senator and her staff. So Gillibrand, and look, here's the thing. Reardon has gotten a lot of pushback from Democrats, again, progressives, Bernie Sanders, etc., and the like. And yet, they've also, by the way, spoken out in favor of Donziger, free Donziger, right? But Gillibrand hasn't said anything about Donziger. I wonder why. Weird. Now, look, I don't think you need to be Scooby-Doo, right? You don't need to have the team to unwrap this mystery. No, it's about the money. You just follow the money. It's always been about the money. In fact, according to the report, the senator, Gillibrand, has received about $191,101 from Gibson Dunn's PAC, lawyers, and their spouses in direct contributions and through her office, the Off the Sidelines PAC, nearly half of which came from attorneys who worked to discredit Donziger on behalf of Chevron. Reardon also disclosed that she had co-hosted several fundraisers for Gillibrand at the Gibson Dunn offices, where her role included arranging for the use of Gibson Dunn space, inviting Gibson Dunn attorneys and sometimes others, and asking invitees to make a donation. Of course. Reardon also then made 11 donations totaling $30,900 to Gillibrand and her Off the Sidelines PAC, according to the campaign finance watchdog Open Secrets. She had also contributed $10,500 to 6 candidates backed by Off the Sidelines and hosted a fundraiser for Senator Maggie Hassan, who was supported by that same political action committee. So, it's funny is for some reason I keep getting Democratic fundraiser emails, right? And I believe I had shared one the other day, and it was something about like Rachel Maddow says this about me. Normally I ignore everything that Rachel Maddow says at this point, and of course the Democratic fundraising emails. But I noticed this one because it was like, Maggie Hassan is the prototypical Senate moderate Democrat. And I see that and I'm like, and that's exactly why I would never give her a goddamn cent. Not one goddamn penny for a prototypical Senate Democrat. Okay? And so it just really, it just really shows me and proves that they stand for, not only don't stand for anything, they won't even stand, she won't stand up for Donziger, who again fought the oil companies and won to stop them from polluting indigenous land. I thought that's something that Democrats are supposed to care about. Well, not if you get a lot of money from one of the lawyers who helped prosecute Donziger. Hey, it looks like we pulled the mask off this one, Scooby. Turns out it was the donors all along. And now Joe Biden, President Biden, wants to make her a judge. Look, what she helped to do to Stephen Donziger should be a crime. Using state power to imprison a man who fought and won against a corporation who was found guilty of polluting indigenous land. This is absolute corruption. And another example of, unfortunately, how the Democratic Party is also captured by corporate interests who are only interested in the perpetuation of the status quo.